I'm Christina Howard outside of St. Mary's Secondary School in the Dufferin Grove area, where in about a half hour's time we're expecting a community planning meeting to begin, and we expect some fireworks and unfortunately maybe even a few tears. The community has been invited here this evening to help determine the fate of 8 families and their homes that are slated to be sold by Toronto Community Housing. Now, TCH says that it has to sell these homes to help fund its $2.6 billion repair backlog. But community members here say it'll ruin their neighborhood in the process.
I don't think I would ever be able to find anything like this. Not within the confines of the Toronto area.
Angelica Stahl has lived in the main floor apartment of this detached home in Dufferin Grove for over a decade. She pays market rate rent and had hoped to continue enjoying the backyard oasis she and her husband put together. But the owner, Toronto Community Housing, is poised to sell this and 4 other homes in the Dufferin Grove neighborhood, not because they're in disrepair, but because it needs the cash to pay for $2.6 billion in repairs elsewhere. You're actually paying market rent.
We pay market rent, so we actually help subsidize the cost of people who are rent geared to income.
Angelica and her husband are one of 8 affected families, but Parkdale Legal Clinic's Tracy Heffernan says it's actually a far-reaching problem.
The sell-off of these houses is going to mean that the City of Toronto loses affordable housing in the core of the city, which surely is going to be purchased by people who have money. So again, this neighborhood becomes increasingly a neighborhood for the wealthy alone.
Representatives from Toronto Community Housing declined our invitation for an on-camera interview, but suggested without the sales, they won't be able to fund repairs elsewhere. Next year alone, we have a $350 million unfunded gap in our capital budget. Without additional capital funding, within 5 years, half of our developments are expected to reach a critical state of repair, TCH spokesperson Braden Acker said in a statement to City News. He adds, if this application is approved and the sale goes forward, we will provide tenants with the option to rent another available Toronto Community Housing Market unit and assist them with their move. But there's no guarantee where they'll end up or if they'll leapfrog ahead of tens of thousands of families already on the wait list for housing. A wait list that could soon have 8 fewer affordable market rent homes, making living here increasingly difficult for the non-wealthy.
Is that really what we want for the City of Toronto? Don't we want a mix of people? Isn't that what we pride ourselves on?
That the whole fabric of the community would be compromised by having this house sold, possibly flipped right away, and then it goes just up to very, very high income families which could afford to buy something like that, and not for people like myself who are middle income people but still feel that we have a right to live in a nice community.
Residents here are hoping that political pressure compels council to vote against the sale. This sale was initially approved 5 years ago under then Mayor Rob Ford.